Hello there guys, welcome back to 100% Chelsea for another part of the transfer show. And getting straight into it, nothing to waffle on about. According to reports, we're willing to accept Bayern Munich's demands for 19-year-old Portuguese central midfielder Renato Sanches. The main report that I've seen is that it will most likely be a loan for 1 year, with then an option to buy him at the end of the year for around 48 million euros, which is around 42 million pounds. So yeah, that's the rumor. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. But he didn't get particularly a lot of game time at Bayern Munich last season. Obviously, that is also down to the fact that they have just so many great players in that position. They had Xabi Alonso until he retired. This summer. They had Arturo Vidal. They had Thiago. They had Joshua Kimmich. They had and now they signed Corentin Tolisso. So they have so many options there. Considering that, I think it's, very much possible to sign him. They're probably a bit hesitant to let him go because they signed him for Bayern Munich a big fee. They don't spend a lot of money usually. Obviously, he's really young. No one really knows how good he can be. But, he's 19. He's got an incredible physique considering he's a 19-year-old. And, I'm not sure if you saw, but Antonio Conte spoke about Morata after the game against Inter Milan. And he said he needs to work a lot on his physique to be completely ready to play our style of football. So, after saying that, and also the fact that we bought Antonio Rudiger and also Timur Bakyoko, who are two very strong players, the strong physique clearly is an important feature to Antonio Conte. So, I could see that happening, and because of something I'm going to talk about later, and what we've seen in the title, we definitely need that. We definitely need someone in there. Would I prefer a world-class player in there? I don't know. Someone like Arturo Vidal? Yes, I would. But, he's a good player. He's very young. So why not? And this one just won't go away. There's been more reports about us signing Alexandro. To me, sorry, but it just sounds exactly the same as what I talked about a month ago. It sounds like the exact same rumour. So the rumour is Alexandro isn't signing a new deal at Juventus that they have offered him, or hasn't signed it yet anyway, and that we are preparing a 70 million euro, which is around 63 million pounds, bid. Why are we just preparing? How about we just give it to them? These fees are paid by Roman Abramovich. He has like billions in his bank account. It's not like we have to, scratch out all the coins that we've got lying in our sofas. We have that money. It doesn't take like, a month to get their money ready, you know what I mean? So I find that preparing a bit always a very strange expression, if I'm completely honest. I really do hope we get him because he's incredible. And like we've seen in pre-season, Marcos Alonso is a good player, but maybe just not good enough to play at the highest level. But it just sounds a lot like the Koulibaly story last year, the John Stones story, the year before. Rumours, strong rumours, all year long or all summer long, whatever you want to call it. That lead us to believe, all of us Chelsea fans, that it might actually happen, and then it doesn't happen. But the only thing that, to me, is suggesting it might happen is that, reportedly, anyway, Juventus are making big steps towards signing a new left-back. I'm not going to go into who they're signing, but, that kind of makes it look like we might be able to get him. But then again, I don't think they have another left-back after they've let Evra go to Marseille in January, I think. I don't think they have a different left-back to Alexandro, so they could just be looking at a backup. But the fact that they are looking at, left-backs makes me think maybe it is possible. I don't know. And now coming to, in my opinion, the worst rumours of the day. Some of the worst rumours of the transfer window so far. And it's not even just a rumour anymore, I think. Nemanja Matic is off to Manchester United. A picture has been leaked, which you will see now, I think, of him wearing a Manchester United training shirt. I don't know whether it's photoshopped, whether it's fake or not. Don't quote me on that. If it is, let me know if you know anything that I don't. But, I've been told that it's their current, training kit that he's wearing in it. And I don't see any photoshopping on it, but I could be wrong. Anyway, according to various reports that have come out during the day now, the £50 million deal for him is done. Don't get me wrong, 50 million for Nemanja Matic is great business, considering a lot of us, including me, have slated him for some of his performances. But Matic will, in my opinion, basically complete the Manchester United team. I don't like to speak of them very fondly, but now if they do get him, they kind of have everything. Matic, at least on his game, when he's doing better than he has at some parts of last season and the season before, he will give Pogba the freedom to focus on attacking duties a lot more, if you will. And let's not kid ourselves. Jose Mourinho knows very well how to get Nemanja Matic playing as well as he likes him to. So I think it's absolutely ludicrous. Why would you sell to a rival? Like, only stupid people sell to their rivals, especially if it's a player of his stature. Obviously, he's no Pogba, but he's someone that, although he's not always talked about as the best players, the biggest players, and the most important players, he is important to a team. When we won the league in 2015, he was vital. You know, he was so important to us winning that league, sitting in that midfield next to Cesc Fabregas. It's just stupid to sell him to them. You know, I find it ridiculous. Also, I find it really strange that Matic is willing to re-sign for Jose Mourinho. Like, Jose Mourinho once took him off. Brought him on and then took him off again 30 minutes later without any injury or anything. That's just weird. And I was always of the assumption that all the Hazard, Fabregas, Costa, I don't know, but Hazard and Fabregas weren't really involved in getting rid of Mourinho. I thought Matic was one of them. Clearly not. Clearly not. Don't know what kind of promises Jose is making him. Obviously, he's going to earn a lot more money there than, he's been earning at Chelsea. Not that he needs a lot more money. Still earns a lot of money. But I find it absolutely ludicrous. Like, why are we doing that? It's not just that we're giving them a good player in that holding midfield. But also, if we do sell him, we pretty much only have 3 central midfielders. 3 going into the season. The season is a week away, if you will. The Premier League starts in 2 weeks. Why the fuck are we selling one of our only 4 central midfielders? I mean, we knew it was going to happen. He didn't travel to pre-season, but I didn't expect us to be as stupid to sell him to Manchester United. I hope maybe we can sell him to Juventus, and maybe that will help us in getting Alexandro. I wasn't sure. I was, pretty sure that we were going to sell, but I didn't think we were going to sell to Man United. I find it ludicrous. Now, we only have Cesc Fabregas and N'Golo Kante and Bakyoko once he's fit, as the 3 central midfielders. Yes, we do have Lewis Baker. He never played in central midfield for us. In the 2 or 3 preseason games he did feature in, he was playing on the right wing. So that doesn't count. It's like when we, in theory, had a central midfielder in Ruben Loftus-Cheek last year, and he only played in the left wing. So we kind of do, but then we don't. Obviously we still have Pasalic, I suppose, but he's just not staying, is he? That would be really weird if he just stayed. So I find it ridiculous. Obviously, we might sign Renato Sanches, but even then, even with 4 central midfielders, I think we're very low in that position. That completely, eliminates the option of playing 3-5-2. We can't play 3 centre mids when we only have 3 or 4. It doesn't work. Not over the whole span of the season, obviously. Obviously, for a game or 2 we can, but not over the whole span of the season. So I find it absolutely ridiculous. So I do hope we get Renato Sanches, especially if we sell Matic to United. And I do think we kind of need someone else there. Who? I don't know. Should have kept Chalobah, shouldn't we? Really should have kept Chalobah. Fuck's sake. And now I just mentioned him earlier. News about Bakayoko's fitness has come out, and it's saying that he might actually be fit a lot sooner than expected. He might even be available for the Community Shield next Sunday, which, I didn't expect. But obviously, even if he is fit, not injured anymore, he obviously won't feature in the Community Shield because he hasn't done any pre-season. I'm not sure if he picked up that injury while he was doing pre-season with Monaco, or whether that happened at the end of the season. He was still carrying it. I'm not 100% sure on that. I should be better informed, but I'm not. So I don't think he's done any pre-season. He's obviously never trained with our team before, so you obviously can't just throw him into the deep end against Arsenal. Yes, it's only a pre-season game in theory, but it's not. It's not. I want to win that. We want to win that. I hope the team want to win that. But yeah, that's all the stories of today. Leave me all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. First of all, do you want Renato Sanches? Obviously, are you a fan of that 1-year loan and then having the option to buy him? I'm not 100% sure on that. If we have the option to buy him next year anyway, why don't we just buy him now? Because he's 19, he's probably not going to play every game this year anyway, so I'm not 100% sure whether we can actually... Well, Conte probably can, but us as fans can actually decide if he's good enough or not in a year for a 19-year-old. I find that difficult. Obviously, talking about Alexandro, you've probably left all of your comments on that before already, but, if you have any other thoughts, leave it down in the comments as well. And then Nemanja Matic to Man United. What do you think about that? Obviously, as I said, 50 million for him is great business. And, in theory, we could use that to sign other players, although we don't exactly need that. We've got 60 million for Oscar. So we pretty much only signed Bakayoko and Ridiger because we just got rid of Oscar to get Morata, kind of. But yeah, leave me all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Massively appreciate that. Check out my social media, my Instagram and my Twitter. We're just here. I would massively appreciate it if you followed me there. Thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea. And I'll see you next time.